Hey guys, it's me, your favorite sister Sarita. Welcome to our YouTube channel. I'm so happy that you're here. Welcome, it's your first time, and hey boo, welcome back if you're used to being here with me. I am so excited, you guys. I am at the annotation station, and let me tell you one thing, baby. I am in my PJs. I am tired. I had a day, y'all. This is actually Bookmas day number 15? Is it 15? I think so. It's Bookmas day 15, bad bitches. I'm doing it. Listen. Okay, Nikki's doing it too. I know. It isn't all about me, but honestly, this ain't her station, okay? This is mine. So in my station, it's about me. So you know what? Fuck her. I'm doing it.
Side eye.
But don't fuck her too bad, because she's the one that's gonna annotate this video. Edit the video. Okay, anyway, let's get started for the reason that we're here. So as you all know, your girl has been annotating. Listen, why y'all didn't tell me that annotation is not just buying cute little stickers? Why didn't y'all say it's not just, highlighters? Why did y'all not tell me that it comes with journals and all of this extra, and don't forget the sticky notes and the thingy jiggies and the these? Why didn't y'all tell me that? Why didn't y'all tell me that? Oh, okay, because it was me that felt like you needed all those things. That's not how it goes. So, I was supposed to be annotating a book today, but then I thought, you know what? Why don't I go backwards and actually tell y'all about the books that I've actually annotated or annotating, because I'm in the process of still doing those things. So let's get started, shall we? So I think we should start from the beginning, if you will. And if y'all remember Game of Thrones, honey, this is where we started. This is it. This is it. Okay, that's where we started. This is still like the most teeniest words that I've ever seen in a book. It's almost like a mini Bible. I have to say that this one was my very first book that I've ever annotated. It was not easy. I don't know why I started with a book like this. Let me get this off my bookmark. Sorry, y'all. That was ghetto. I don't know why I started with Game of Thrones. There is so many characters. There's so many things. And I ended up getting like a special edition, which was so small. So because of that, I don't know if you guys remember, I felt like I had to start journaling because there was no room for both. I was like, well, how am I gonna do that? Like, I can't write in here. It's too small. So then I started journaling. I don't know if you guys know that journaling ain't easy, okay? It ain't easy. And truth be told, I didn't get very far so far, because there's so much happening in this story. But I am still loving the Game of Thrones playlist. I randomly listen to it every time I annotate. I will say that I'm trying to make enough time to annotate this story. Not as much as I would like to, but maybe like once a month I come back to it. I definitely need to figure out a better schedule, like maybe start planning actual annotation time. Where I'm at right now in the story is, there's gonna be spoilers if you guys have not read it, so I just want you to know, because I am gonna talk about where I'm at in the story, so I don't want to spoil anything for anybody. So you might want to stop. I'll give you a minute. Okay, I think they're gone. Nikki told me to do that. She didn't say do all the extra cuteness, but she did say to let people know that it could be spoiling, and I don't want to do that.
To tell them to come back after they read the story.
Yes, that was Nikki in my mind. Come back after you've read the story. So where I'm at right now we are at King's Landing, and we're pretty much just getting to see the life that everyone is living there. Like how Cersei is just a bitch. I mean, and Robert is really also a bitch. Like, he is a total eunuch with a dick, and I am tired of him. I am tired of Robert. I wanted to like you, Robert, but I can't. I don't respect you. I'm not. Where Sansa is still feeling like Joffrey is that guy and that she's lucky to have him. We're still learning more about Arya and how she, getting to do her needling classes. So we're really enjoying being at King's Landing. It's beautiful, right? So we come there and we think it's beautiful and we're enjoying it, but then we're really getting to see the royal family for who they are, and they are monsters, okay? Those people are legit disgusting. And Ned is really starting to pay attention. He's telling his daughters, like, baby, pay attention, okay? Because without the pack, the wolf will fall. So he's trying to figure out a way to tell them and get them together because it's doing too much. Catelyn done took her ass from Winterfell all the way down to King's Landing. Didn't nobody tell her to do that. The damn thing is about to kidnap Tyrion Lannister, y'all. It's about to go down. That's where we're at. I'm not caught up on the journal from where I'm reading. The problem I feel like with this story is so much happens that I need to have my journal with me at all times, because sometimes, like, if a client cancels or anything, I will annotate at work. I do carry like a little bag with me, and I kind of choose which book I might annotate just in case I have the time at work. So I need to figure out a better system for doing the journal as well so that I can keep up. I really like the Game of Thrones soundtrack. Sometimes even when I'm working with clients, I might even listen to it at work. It's really becoming one of my favorite. I honestly did not know that I was gonna like the orchestra so much, but I really do. If you guys have read Game of Thrones, and if you are there, please let me know. I have actually completed the whole series, but for some reason, I'm like, oh, I want to annotate one of the hardest books to ever fucking read in life. Boom, let's do that. I know that you guys know that I'm dyslexic, so it does take me a little bit longer to read a situation, even though I have listened to them on Audible before. I do have to go back and, read it, to annotate it, and to write the notes and to do all the things. So it does take me a little longer than it probably does someone else. But I have to say, I'm so enjoying this story. I love the color palette that I chose for this. I still love Game of Thrones. It is taking me a long time. As you guys can see, I'm only here. And this is when I first started. Like, I didn't put a lot of tabs. I thought the tabs looked better all the way in. But this is also because this isn't a box set and I didn't want the tabs to be hanging out. So I will say, as I've done more books, I've kind of switched up my tabbing. But I think I will keep it invisible-ish for the Game of Thrones because they are in a box set. So let's go to our next book. All right, so now let's get to book 2. Yes, baby, The Witches of Salix Pointe. Still one of the most beautiful covers I have ever seen. I so enjoy this cover. I love this matte finish on it. You guys, oh, and so remember I was telling you guys about the way that I was doing the tabs. I don't know if you guys can tell. I've kind of decided to go out a little bit more with them. I think it just gives a nicer, I don't know, it just seemed like this is what people like to see when they're annotating. So I decided that I wanted to give the people what they wanted. And because this isn't going in the box, the box set, I feel like it's okay. I still am using just a plain silver bookmark. This is what I've gotten so far. So I am not done with the book. It is still taking me a little bit of time to annotate. I will say that I so enjoyed this one. I thought this was going to be closer to a traditional romance, and it was not. It was and it wasn't. You get two couples, you get two brothers and two strangers who've never met each other, that are coming to like a small town, if you will, and they don't know that they're witches. So I don't want to tell too much, so if you have not read it, there may be some spoilers. Go. Are you back? Okay, perfect. So you get these two witches who don't know that they're witches, and their powers are slowly unfolding. And you get these two brothers that happen to be demons. One demon, one angel, or kind of like a demon angel. He's mixed and he's just all the way angel. All that to say, you get some demon and angel action, okay? And there's also, I'm assuming there's like vampires and different things. I don't truly know. From where I'm at right now, it's only witches. But then, I mean, there has to be other things if there's angels and demons, right? That's what I think. I don't know. This story is so freaking amazing. The world building is top tier, you guys. I am so enjoying this story. I love the brothers. I have completed the actual story. I've listened to it when I was at work and stuff. So I finished the story, but actually annotating, I'm not done. So I know exactly what happens. This one was actually a little bit harder for me. Not as hard as Game of Thrones, but also hard because I wanted to research everything. Like I wanted to know about the stones, which I did like was when they talked about certain crystals, they did kind of give you like a little description about what the crystals were about. But like I'm the kind of person that I need to know. I want to see pictures. So I had to go look them up to see what they look like. And so that one kind of took a little bit longer for me to do because of all the research that I put my own self through. So let me let you guys see some of the gentle. Here is like one of the pages. I haven't completely filled this one out yet, but if you can see, I've got some little black witches. I've got this little sexy homegirl here riding a broom. This is the town, like my envision of what the town looks like. And it's a really fabulous town, you guys. It's a small town. I want to live there. Okay. This is one of the cutie witchy girls. Her name is Tasman. She is actually from New York. She is not a townie, but I mean, she's got a funky style about her. She's really sexy. She's got long dreads. And she's kind of powerful, and her magic is unfolding in such a unique way. Her story is really interesting. I do not want to tell you about her story because I want you to go and read it because it's that good, and it's a lot of like, okay, hold on. There wasn't a lot of scary. I was worried about being scared. There is a lot of shock and wow factor, which I genuinely like. I recommend this story. I do intend to finish annotating it, but it is taking me some time. I'm really doing it, y'all. I mean, I know it's not like happening as fast as I wanted it to, but I am really enjoying it. One of my favorite songs, that I listened to for this book actually was, let me tell you guys, because you know how I love to make the playlist, and the playlist really gets it jumping. My favorite song so far is I Put a Spell on You. I'm really enjoying all the different versions of people that have redone this song, but right now Christina Aguilera has me in a chokehold with her version of this song. She wasn't playing, baby. Have you guys read the book? Do you intend to read the book? Do you want me to finish annotating it? I do too. I know you want the journal to be finished. I know, me too. So yeah, I mean, it's a work in progress, right? It's still happening. Okay guys, so this one is actually kind of special because me and Nikki are kind of teaming up with Kofi Pichet to do a book club of the Black series by Joan Vassar. Yes, baby, it's us and Kofi. If you guys are reading along with us or you want to read along with us, we have done one interview already. Not really an interview, I guess it's like a book club meeting. On Instagram, you can go and look at it. It's still up. It was probably like about a good 2 hours. Miss Vassar was in the comments with us, y'all, going back and forth. We had some really good conversation, and it was really nice to get a romance historical, my favorite, through a man's eyes. Y'all gotta go. It was phenomenal. It was phenomenal. I'm gonna give y'all a minute to go. You guys are back? Okay. Nikki's gonna put it somewhere so you guys can know exactly what post it is, so that you guys can also go and, you know, get familiar with it. This is where I'm at here. I know, nowhere. I know what you're thinking. Sarita, listen. Ain't nothing in here. I know, you guys, I know, because I decided to annotate it after we had already did the actual thingy. Once we had actually got into it, I was like, you know what? I should annotate it too. And I'm like, okay, but now we're already on the next book and I started it. But that's just how I do things, I guess. I don't know. So here is my tab key, my highlight key. I will say, because I like to match the cover to everything, I am kind of struggling with finding different highlighter colors for the strips or the tabs, because I don't want to actually highlight in the book. So it was a little bit limited, and some of the colors I was like, I don't really like them, but they match the book, you know. So it's kind of like this yellow, but I actually like this yellow because I feel like it looks like an actual highlighter. But this is my favorite, you guys. Do you see that? Like how the words are like an underline. I love that. I didn't know how much I was gonna love it, but I really, really loved it. And I also had it in the red. And if you guys are remembering, this is where I learned about the page break. Right there. I will say it is a little, oh yeah, here goes that highlighter orange I was telling you guys. And I was like, I don't know if I really like that. It just doesn't really look good. It doesn't go well together. But technically, you can't really find these stickery things, and I'm looking everywhere. So if you guys know better places, please let me know. I've been on Amazon, I've been on Shein, I've been to Office Max, I've been to Hobby Lobby, I went to Michael's. So if you guys know any other places for me to get these kinds of strips, please let me know, because I really want to have as many colors as I can get, because of course I want to match all of the covers. I will say I'm happy to at least have a different color, because if you remember, all the other books were blue. So everything that I was annotating was one solid color. So I am happy to now mix it up. Yellow is my favorite color, so I am like using some of these yellows and whatnot. But you know, here's some of my like little highlighting pages. Nikki has brought it to my attention that I told you I was gonna give you guys spoilers, but then I still didn't give you guys spoilers. But I'm scared to give spoilers. I'm one of those people that do not like to read a book after it's been told to me. I don't like to tell too much in a review. I'm just not one of those kind of people. But if you're gonna be like, go away and come back, I guess I should give y'all a little more. So, I have read this story at least once a month since the day I discovered it. I can't tell you how many times. I mean, Nikki, when did we discover Black?
I discovered Black December of 2021.
So if Nikki discovered it December 21, then 2021.
Like, you had been telling me about it for a minute before I actually read it.
So I probably had discovered it in June 2021. And I kept telling her and telling her and telling her, but Nikki's not really into historical romance. That is how good this story is, that Nikki is now into this story. Like, she loves this story.
It's my favorite series.
It's her favorite series. So I will say, since June 2021, I have read it at least once a month. I love it that much. It is one of my very favorite stories. So you get my man Black, baby. Every Black woman's dream, every Black man's hero is Black, okay? He is sexy, he is smart, he is intelligent, he is for his people. It is something about a man who knows himself and is willing to do what it takes to get to the next level. He is willing to put his people on his damn back to get them where they have to go. Y'all, there is a hanging in the first page of this story. A hanging. I know.
It took me so long to read it.
The reason I'm telling y'all that is because once you get past the hanging, the story gets so much better. You guys, you get Miss Sunday. You guys, Sunday is fabulous. She's beautiful, she's courageous, she's sensitive. She's everything that you think of as a woman in those times. She knew how to cook, she knew how to clean, she was compassionate. It was something about the word community back in the day. Like, they knew what it meant to be a community and to help each other and be there for each other. And this story does that. You get runaway slaves. I know. People don't be wanting to read about runaway slaves, but baby, give it a chance, okay? Give it a chance. This is like a multi-plot story. So much is happening at once. You get the master and the master's son. You get the runaways. You get the slaves. You get the people that are actually helping in the struggle, the people that are in the struggle. You get to see a black man protecting a black woman in a time where they were not allowed to protect their women. They had to just watch them take whatever, whether it was rape, whether it was disrespect, whether it was stealing their children. So you get to see a man step up and be like, I wish you would on this one. Baby, when he stands on business with her, it's nothing. I mean, it's nothing. It was perfect. The lights were lighting. You guys, the writing is so freaking descriptive. You can almost taste what they're eating. You can smell what the smells smell like. Like, you are in the room with this man reading a book, wanting to know what white folks know. It's just so awesome. A black man, it's my favorite. It's literally my favorite story. I could talk about this story all night, all day, forever, okay? If you guys want a man's point of view, please go to the Instagram. You guys, it's really good. You get to hear me and Nikki go back and forth with Kofi, and then Kofi's actually giving us like a history lesson, because some of these events and people are true. There's a lot of fiction mixed into it, but some of them are actual people and everything. So it's really nice to get the real history. Like, there's John Brown in this story, and then Kofi actually talks about John Brown, the real John Brown, to us. And then we also get to talk about Nat Turner. So then Kofi talks about the actual Nat Turner and different things like that. So it's really nice because you get to mix the nonfiction with the fiction, which makes it even cooler in my mind, because it's like it marries both. I love history and romance, duh. So to have them mixed together, it is so special. And I thought in this book I was finally going to annotate an actual romance, but then I was like, baby, there is so much happening here. This story is so damn good. It's almost like the romance is secondary to everything else. I love this story, you guys. If I can only recommend one book for the rest of my life, it would be this one. This series, I can read it for the rest of my life if I can never read anything else. I'm telling you, you must go pick it up, you guys. What I love about it, it shows that there was also a lot of white people in the struggle, that it wasn't always just a black or white thing. Some people were standing there putting their own families on the line for people that looked nothing like them, for people that they barely even knew. They were willing to risk it all. And if we had something like that nowadays, like had people that were willing to stick up for somebody else or help somebody else, we would be so much further as a people. I'm just saying, pick up this book, learn something from Black, okay? Again, this is Black by Joan Vassar. It is narrated by Jacoby DM, baby. He is not playing. He is a full cast. When y'all hear this man be Big Mama, y'all gonna fall out. Y'all gonna fall out. It is so amazing. And when the man moans, where's my fan? It is him for me. I have not started the Black journal yet because I'm going to probably get one of these in Black, I think, so I can use this for the whole series of Black, because it's a series of 5 books. So I would like to be able to keep it all inside one book. I haven't started the playlist, but I do know one of the songs is going to be Rise Up. I can't think of who it's by, but it's in that movie or the show, the Harriet Tubman. I think it's a movie. And that Harriet Tubman movie, that's going to be one of the songs for sure, because that's the mindset it puts me in. Every time I've been annotating so far, Nikki has been pretty much making me, it's Crown and apple juice, which is really freaking good together. I know it sounds ghetto, but it is amazing. So that's been the drink of the book so far. I would hopefully get to have some other drinks, but me and Nikki kind of stumbled upon that, and we've been drinking that ever since. So again, that is Black by Joan Vassar. And I have one more for you guys. Okay guys, so I am back with my last book of the night, and guess what, baby? I actually finished this one. Yes, I finished my very first annotation book. And this one was also one of my very first poetries that I ever annotated. So it is The Many Shades of Love by Miss Tabitha Rochelle. You guys, her hair, it's better than the one that I bought. She has beautiful hair. Beautiful hair. She's so sweet. She's so kind. And we actually have her phone number. Listen, I know the author. We met her in person. She's so nice, you guys. And we actually went to a retreat together. It was a Black Girls Who Write retreat. It was hosted by the Black Girls Who Write in LA. It was really, really, really awesome. And everyone was talking about like books that they wanted to put out and projects and things. So I feel like this one is really close and near and dear to me and Nikki's heart because we knew her before she actually put it out. We in turn are not writers. Why are we at the retreat? Because we still want to grow too, bitch. Thank you. And we write reviews, so it's kind of the same thing. I mean, not really, but we're still writing, okay? Anywho, let's not get into it. You guys, these are amazing poems, you guys. So what I kind of did was I just broke it down into sections. If you guys can see, it's Love Everlasting, Love Lost, and hold on, I don't know if you guys can see that one. It's Love and Lust, baby. And some of these, honey, are lusty, lusty, lusty. They are so sexy, some of these poems. I'm just going to show you guys a few of my very favorite ones. Hold on. Yes. Across the way, baby. Look at this. Look at this. And I really like these color combinations. I tried to match everything as much as I could. It was a struggle. So if you guys can see, I finally actually finished one all the way. I do think I like how the tabs stick out a little, just a teensy bit. But then my struggle is it's so big in here. Like, do y'all think I should cut them a little bit? Or is that doing too much? I don't know. So we actually did an interview with Miss Tab. If you have not seen it, please go to our Instagram. And she actually reads some of the poems, you guys. And it's something about hearing a poem from the actual poet. I don't know what it is and what it does, but it's like so sexy. And it's like so more interesting, more intriguing, more pulling you in because you're kind of getting the vibe that they wanted when they put their story out. There's a poem about a mermaid. Baby, I love it. Oh my gosh, hold on. Let me try to find it for y'all. I love it. It's literally one of my favorites. Oh, and then there is some like kind of sexy ones like Ride or Die. What are we riding or dying? That one is more of a love. Very like, they're all good and like loving and romantic, but there is some sexy ones. Oh, here it is. The mermaid. Because it's a mermaid, I know it does not match the color scheme and I don't care, don't come for me. But I really thought that it deserved these like pretty little colors because of that. So yes, I made it more mermaid-y. I have not made a journal for this story. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do that. But this is the picture, the image that I came up with for the Black Mermaid. What y'all think? What y'all think? That is how much I love this story, that I'm trying to figure out how to bring this book of poems alive in an actual journal. I was kind of thinking of doing like a blank journal, you know, ones with no words, being as though it's poetry and it probably has a lot of words already. So I don't truly know how I'm going to do it, but I still intend to do it. It has taken me a little bit longer because I don't know, like, should I, you know, write the title of the poem and then put it in there and then put the page number. I don't know how I can make sure that people understand they go together. Does that make any sense what I'm saying? So I'm still struggling at doing that per se, but I really enjoyed it. And it was the very first book that I completed. So that will also have a special place in my heart. I know, y'all never thought I would complete anything. Me neither. Okay, so that completes all the books that I have annotated or am annotating this year. I was hoping to have a lot more done of each book. I was hoping to have annotated a lot more books. But you know, I'm doing what I can do. Realistically, annotating is not as hard as I thought, but it's not as easy either. Because of the way that I want to do things, it is taking longer than I would like. I also have not completely mastered how many supplies to order at once. And then the supplies not really being the stickers and, you know, all my rolls for my printers and things like that, but actual annotating supplies like the sticky pads, the tabs, the highlighter sheets, even some of the translucent little papers. Like, I've used so many of those, but then I never use them, like, because I don't like how they look in the actual book. I kind of want to get longer ones. I feel like that might help a little bit. I don't know. Jonathan the Gree, I actually had shared some annotation like papers. They were translucent and they fit like the whole page of the book, and you could highlight and write on them and kind of remove them. So I am gonna look for those. Maybe that would help. I'm not sure. I'm constantly always buying things. I will say that I really, really enjoy it. It is my wind down time. I'm sorry that I'm not completing as many and as fast as I want to, but I do like kind of bouncing back and forth between all the different books. I have a question. Did you guys like how I broke down my little pieces, like telling you guys snippets about the book? Or do you actually want me to tell you the story, like what it's really about, the characters' names, all the things? Or do you kind of just want like, maybe like an extended sip report? If you don't know about our sip reports, go over to our Instagram and check out our sip reports. Because me and Nikki struggle with not telling too much of the story. And I'm wondering, is that what people want? Do you want more of the story? Do you want me to kind of just give you little snippets here and there? Or do you want me to actually tell you the whole book? What y'all want? Because I want to give you what you want. Okay? Y'all like my candy cane pajamas? I think the tiredness is setting in and now I'm starting to get a little cuckoo.
Yeah, that's one. That was supposed to be in my head. Sorry.
Can y'all please like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, ring-a-ding-ding. Please share the video. Nikki said it helps with our channel. Can you guys please leave some comments and some concerns? Please let me know what to do, what y'all like, how y'all feeling about this stack right now. Like, am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? I mean, am I giving y'all what y'all want? Okay. Again, this was day 15 and I'm really proud of us. So yeah, I'll see y'all on day 16.
Before you go, can I just point out that you said we would do how many videos?
How many videos? Oh my God! I said if we didn't do my actual, what is it? Nikki, what's the word I'm looking for? My prediction was that if we didn't do 20, it would be 15.
And we definitely keep it going.
We're gonna keep going. So we actually made it past Nikki's prediction to mine. I am really excited, you guys. Yes, y'all, please keep, supporting us and holding us accountable and cheering for us. We really appreciate y'all help. You have no idea. And we thank y'all for watching these videos, okay? Yeah, y'all have a good night. Bye.